Everyone was astonished by Tom Lee. Michael Saylor is purchasing more, and a breakout in Ethereum might cause XRP and the altcoin market to go up. Hey, gorgeous individuals, I hope you're having a terrific Sunday, a day of enjoyment. All I want from you is a lovely grin to send out those nice feelings. Smith Chitty, hit that like button. We should attempt to get this video 5,000 likes. I believe you all can do it. Curly XRP is now worth $3.50. It went up 2.3% today. It went up a little bit, but now it's gone down a little bit. It rose to 254. It's now 250. Bitcoin soared all the way up to 118,800 and then came back down. 118,100, right? But a lot of people were looking at Ethereum today because it broke the 3,800 mark and has been going down a little bit in the last few hours. Of course, there are big movements like CFX today, which is up 123%. Holy smokes. But, for the most part, I missed this one today. I was out with the kids, you know, at the park, having fun. You have to, you have to spend time with the kids. You can't get them all. That's right, you can't catch them all. Just like with Pokemon. You try to capture them all, but you can't. So, it will be quite intriguing to see what occurs next. Michael Saylor is still buying things. He'll tell us tomorrow, but he has his tracker, right? He says to stay modest and stack stats, and he adds another orange. Or yes, orange. Put a dot. On the graph, I can see colors, but my kids can't. It comes from the wife's side, doesn't it? So we can see that Michael Saylor and Strategy are still using their strategies, right? We'll talk about Tom Lee and his plans in a minute. Okay, but things are very, very intriguing right now. And once more, Ethereum is about to break out on the 4-year chart. So Ethereum might break through this trend line that goes back to the all-time high. Remember, Ethereum is the second largest cryptocurrency, so it could be okay. So it has done quite well in the last 2 weeks. But it is now back to where it was in December 2024. And it hit this region more than once at 3,800. But it couldn't break, and it's still a long way from the 4,800 we saw in November 2021. A lot of people would state that Ethereum's dominance has gone up to just under 12% for the first time in 5 years. In reality, Ethereum dominance hasn't gone beyond 11% since July 2020, which was precisely 5 years ago. It's now hard for Ethereum to get into the green circled phase of dominance. Isn't that interesting? And Bitcoin's dominance keeps going down, so it's going down again, another 1% today. It got turned down at the 66% level and is now going back down. And once more, it seems like altcoins are obtaining greater power. And the CTO of Ripple says it's great to see Ethereum go back over $3,000, right? And Dom from EasyEA says, just so you know, the key reason Ethereum is going up is that it lets ALTs go up to Ethereum, sets the tone for ALTs. Therefore, if you want to know how ALTs will act, watch what Ethereum does. I know a lot of people are saying nasty things about Ethereum since it didn't do well at first and people looked at other sites and the ETFs weren't very successful. It basically got a bad name. But in the past, the road to alt-Cs through Ethereum, this is what has happened in the past. That doesn't mean it will happen again. But in the past, we've gone from Bitcoin to Ethereum and then from Ethereum to huge capitalization. Ethereum has been doing better than Bitcoin, and big caps are shooting through the roof. And then we get to the off-season, when enormous caps have gone straight up and we're witnessing blow-off tops. Mid-caps, low-caps, and micro-caps all tend to pump at the same time. Large capitalization have done better than Bitcoin and Ether, and it looks like every currency is going up a lot, no matter what the fundamentals say. There are memes everywhere. Everyone is really thrilled, and you can feel the excitement in the air. Is that right? We hope we can make it to Phase 4. And a lot of people will tell you that we're still in Phase 1. We haven't even gotten to Phase 2 yet. We talked about this a few days ago, but if Ethereum starts to move, a lot of money might flood into the markets, and that might be good for XRP. Now you know that it's not the same money, but money in the market, retail in the market, would be good. You know, assets like XRP can immediately tell that XRP is quite popular. A lot of people like it on YouTube. If you film a video about Ethereum, it's probably not going to garner many views, right? But a lot of people are really interested in XRP, aren't they? Because of what it could do. That's right, Ethereum has good and bad points, but a lot of money poured in, especially in 2021, because of NFTs and other things like that. The question is, will it tickle the nickel this time, and will Ethereum get tickled? I don't know, I'm not a prophet. I don't know for sure what will happen. That's why I won't ever tell you to purchase, sell, or hold. Before you decide to invest, you should always do your own research. Very, very important. I don't know how the market will turn out. Fine. Also, keep in mind that I will never reach out to you on social media, urging you to join something or send me money. Those people are trying to trick you. So please, please, please be very careful out there. Fine. Very, very important. You don't want to get mixed up with the scammers. If we do start to go crazy, right, there will be a lot of new individuals, which means fresh meat and easy prey for fraudsters. You don't want to fall for any of their tricks. So, once again, be careful. I will never send you a message on social media. This is the only YouTube and Twitter account I have. That's all. Okay. So be very careful out there. Alright, very important. Let's move on to some clips now. The first one I want to show you is from CNBC, which says that regular investors haven't even started buying yet. That's right. Let's listen now. Buying in businesses. Retail investors haven't even gotten in on the action yet, and it's predicated on one of the key Bitcoin themes this year, less volatility. Bitcoin is presently charting new ground at over $111,000. Rosenblatt said this morning that buying Bitcoin at all-time highs is usually not a good idea, but this time it's different. I have support from businesses and institutions. That's so interesting. It still feels like retail isn't here yet, like it's still sitting back and relaxing. There's buzz, but not, insane, crazy hype. We haven't seen that yet. We just talked about Ethereum and how it could aid the altcoin industry in the future. We know that Tom Lee has pretty much formed a strategy parallel company, or he didn't establish the business, but he joined it to work on a strategy using only Let's hear what Tom has to say now. Mark Newton, a technical strategist, anticipated Ethereum may reach $4,000 by the end of the month, but that's not where it peaks. As we move into the second half of the year, what price do you think ETH will reach? Our price goals at Fundstrat? So I have a few jobs. I am the chairman of Bitmean, but I am also the head of research at Fundstrat. I also have a third job. I'm the CIO of Fundstrat Capital. Sean Farrell is in charge of digital assets research at Fundstrat, though. He has also set some informal goals for me. He thinks of it this way. If we compare Circle's free cash multiple, which is presently about 130 times EBITDA, which is about 15,000 times EBITDA, Ethereum is closer to 15,000. That makes sense. Think about Layer 1. You should use a larger multiple for theoretical usage when you reach to Layer 1. This is the same reason why software businesses get greater multiples than retailers. You give that firm bigger multiples, the more you move away from the customer and the more it is pure signal. In the short term, our technical strategist, Mark Newton, thought we may be Ethereum is expected to reach $4,000 before the end of the month, but that's not where it peaks. He just believes that's the primary goal. And then I thought about something. If Sean Farrell's math is right, then 10 to 15,000 makes sense by the end of the year. Yes, it may be the end of the year or even sooner. I mean, it really depends, but that wouldn't be the end of it. It's quite exciting to talk about the possibility of Ethereum reaching 4,000 by the end of the month. It is very likely that this will happen. It's only 10 days away, but he's really talking about how stablecoins are doing, right? Of course, USDT and USDC did run on the Ethereum network. If the US government is really into stablecoins and they are going to be utilized a lot, that may also be good for Ethereum. And once more, if Ethereum has fun and goes up, it will be good for the rest of the crypto market. If Ethereum is worth 15,000,